News 12 on your side, breaking news.
We begin with breaking news tonight. 2 people are dead, another injured after a triple shooting in South Augusta tonight.
We want to bring you up to speed by taking you live to one of those scenes. And we do say one of those scenes because there are actually 3 in the Walton Farms subdivision near Deer Chase Elementary School.
And another scene just a short distance away in Apple Valley. And News 12's Christy Etheridge is right in the middle of it all. Christy, what can you tell us there tonight?
Richard, Meredith, I'm here in the Walton Farm subdivision where 2 people are dead and 1 is injured after what seems to be a shootout. I'm going to show you over here. One of the shootings happened right where I'm standing at Ethan Way and Matthew Courts. If you look down the street there are still some investigators and some police cars, still a smattering of them in there at the scene trying to figure out exactly what happened. They told me that it started here at this location, which is where one shooting happened, and then spilled over to a second location at Jonathan Circle and Apple Valley. That is where the second person has died. Now, at this point, the third victim does appear to be okay. They are not critical at this point. And deputies tell me that although it was 2 shootings and 2 separate locations, it was an isolated incident, even though those 2 were related. At this point, nobody has been arrested, but they are questioning some people. Take a listen.
We are detaining some people, and again, this does appear to be an isolated incident. There's no information that we have that the public at large is in danger at this time.
Now, I spoke to a couple witnesses who live close by, just a couple houses away from where the shooting actually happened. They said they heard gunshots, and one man said he even heard a car peel out and thought someone had maybe gotten into a fight. At this point, they say this neighborhood, they've lived here for a couple years. They say this neighborhood is usually very family friendly and are shocked that something like this would happen so close to their home. Now, they did mention that while this neighborhood does seem to be safe, the neighborhood right behind them is an empty lot where houses are being built, and they say that over there tends to bring in some of the riffraff where they'll come in and somewhat shady things happen over there, and they're concerned that those houses are not being built quick enough and that the police do not monitor this area enough. But no matter what happened, the fact that 2 shootings happened here today and 2 people are dead has really upset the people in this area. Take a listen.
It's a terrible thing that's happened tonight. You know, somebody has just lost their son. You know, that's a bad thing, period.
Now, the majority of the scene has cleared up. You can see there's only 1 cop car, maybe 2 in the distance with their lights still on. Most of them have left at this point. But right now, people are just questioning and detaining some persons of interest. No one has been arrested at this point. But again, 2 people have been killed in an apparent shootout here in the Walton Farms subdivision in South Augusta. We'll bring you the latest information just as soon as we get and know anything more. For now, I'm live here in South Augusta. Christy Etheridge, News 12.
To weather now as we look at the rest of the night and then into the holiday tomorrow. Richmond County students, the only ones in our area, Shane, with the day off for Veterans Day, but there are a lot of ceremonies planned, a lot of them outdoors. Hopefully the weather will cooperate.
I think it's going to work out okay. Weather out there for us today, beautiful. That's going to carry over into our Tuesday. And for Veterans Day, take a look at it. We'll see mostly sunny skies, a beautiful day out there with temperatures comfortable. How about mid-70s for us under that sunshine mixed with a few clouds? So a great day for any outdoor activities associated with Veterans Day for us on our Tuesday. Meantime, here's how it looks out there tonight. Skies across the area are mostly clear for us. This is our vantage point looking over downtown Augusta. Temperatures this hour in the low 40s, so it's cooling down. The winds are calm, and the satellite and the radar combined indicating skies clear for us tonight. Some clouds off toward the south and east, but one of the chilly spots at 41. So your day breaks down like this: 46 at 8. We're up to 69 by noon, and in the low 70s by 4 o'clock, a mild afternoon at that, and even milder toward midweek, but colder air is on the way. I'll show you that and the 7-day forecast later on, Meredith.
Thank you, Shane. It is a chance to say goodbye tomorrow to the teenager and volunteer firefighter who died in a dirt bike crash Friday. Flags are at half-staff at the Belvedere station for 19-year-old Noah Creesh. Creesh was a member of the department, and the chief says he was a blessing to have around the station.
And friends are having trouble dealing with a life cut so short.
It is like a dream. It's like you wake up and you look at your phone and you're like, this can't be real. It's like you're in a fog, but you try to keep going to school and to work, but every little thing reminds you of him.
Noah's dad says he loved football and fishing and archery and hunting and most of all helping people. He tells us Noah was an organ donor and his donation will help around 60 to 70 people. Visitation set for tomorrow at Roland Funeral Home in North Augusta from 2 until 4 in the afternoon. The memorial service immediately follows at First Baptist Church of North Augusta starting at 4:30.
Burke County investigators are working to identify the person they found dead in a burning van over the weekend. They say they found the victim in an area known as the Yushi Wildlife Area. The van apparently ran off the road, hit a tree, and caught on fire. The body inside, unrecognizable. Investigators say they have a possible family member who is giving a DNA sample, which they hope will help ID the victim.
We are on your side tonight with a chance to snag some job openings coming to the area. The Georgia Department of Labor hosting a recruiting event for Unisys Monday, November 17th. It'll run from 10 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon at a First Baptist Church of Augusta. The IT company is looking to hire 250 people in its first year. Earlier this year, Unisys announced a move to Augusta, possibly at a downtown location. The plan is to have 700 workers within the next several years.
A couple of changes are giving Aiken County animal control officers a better way to enforce animal cruelty laws. The first change is to state law, creating stiffer punishments. Cruelty to animals is no longer just a ticket. It could mean jail time now. The second change, that's to the way the crimes are reported, with the FBI now tracking each animal abuse case.
This animal had a voice. You know, this voice was heard. You don't do that to animals.
The FBI tracking system will help investigators compare the number of cases in each county. The 2014 stats will be available next summer.
The Richmond County Sheriff's Office asking commissioners to let them spend $152,000 in gun buyback money on some new equipment. The sheriff says they would spend $40,000 on the new weapons, $48,000 on a new crime scene truck, and $64,000 for body cameras. Today, a committee passed that plan, which now moves on to the full Augusta Commission.
Education Team 12 now with an update. A big night ahead for the Aiken County School Board. The BOE will be welcoming its new board members tomorrow night at its meeting, and they'll be discussing the newly approved penny sales tax. The district says this tax will give them an extra $12.5 million per year for the next 10 years to improve and even build some new schools. Tomorrow at the Columbia County School Board meeting, rezoning, that's a big topic on the agenda. Members will be discussing plans to rezone certain elementary and middle schools in the county starting in 2015.
The jury is still out on whether an anti-bullying app in one South Carolina county is actually helping. The Beaufort County School District creating an app allowing students to anonymously report bullying. The district has gotten hundreds of reports, but the problem is a lot of them are false. Some students say people use the app to get friends out of class or just as a prank.
We're on your side with a couple of traffic alerts along the Bobby Jones Expressway. Crews are out working on the eastbound ramp of the Doug Bernard Parkway exit. That exit will be closed through tomorrow, so remember that. Later tomorrow and through Wednesday, they'll be working on the westbound side.
Just in time for Veterans Day, students at 4 U.S. military schools will now be able to move through airports faster. The TSA says it's expanding its pre-check system to include students at the U.S. Military Academy, the Naval Academy, the Coast Guard Academy, and the Air Force Academy. TSA officials say fast lane screening is the least they can do for those attending our service schools. Big crowd tonight in North Augusta, including a lot of local veterans to hear the Savannah River Winds in concert. The annual event is sponsored by North Augusta's Arts Council. All the musical selections had a military theme, including the one called The Greatest Generation that features letters written home to loved ones during World War II. I was honored to serve as MC there. We'll hear much more from the concert a little later on News 12.
And veterans were on your side ahead of Veterans Day. There are some, well, quite a few freebies actually being offered tomorrow. Just to name a few, Applebee's and Olive Garden have menus for free food. Chili's is offering a free meal. IHOP is offering a free stack of red, white, and blue pancakes. Denny's has a build-your-own Grand Slam. Now, those are just a few, too. We've got a whole bunch of those freebies for tomorrow on WRDW.com. You'll see it on our homepage, and I was putting that list together up until the newscast, and I can tell you it's the longest one I've seen on Veterans Day. So companies are all but lining up to
That's
salute
great.
our veterans tomorrow.
Hopefully they'll feel saluted and celebrated tomorrow,
That's
Veterans
right.
Day. Check it out. Well, it's been a long time coming, but a house in Hawaii is now the first one to be claimed by lava, the latest on that slow-moving disaster.
Plus, states across the country are getting a blast of cold early. Feet of snow in November for a lot of them.
Meanwhile, closer to home, we've got a warming trend. How about some mid and upper 70s, but a cold front's on the way. It's going to turn us colder and some wet weather ahead. Details on that straight ahead.